2005, at the age of 47, while attending cosmetology school, I started experiencing symptoms such as difficulty hearing, fatigue, dizziness, and daily pain in my arms and legs. After appointments with neurologists, audiologists, ENTs, and Barrow's Neurological Institute, I was given a diagnosis and a second opinion of having multiple sclerosis. I had the relapsing remitting MS. In 2008, after going on and off medications, in constant pain and experiencing extreme fatigue and depression, my brother-in-law, who was suffering from cardiovascular disease, introduced me to a raw diet that consisted of 85% raw and 15% vegan cooked food. I decided to try it while investigating the holistic world for help in managing this horrible disease. I was in a lot of pain and wanted it to change. I began by juicing and drinking fresh juices that I made out of carrots, spinach, apples, beets, and celery, and I did that several times throughout the day. I started incorporating more vegetables and fruit and started eliminating meat, dairy, refined sugars, eggs, and cheese. I also remembered that my father, while going through cardiovascular disease, had followed the teaching of a whole food plant-based diet using a prominent person, his resources and teachings of Dr. John McDougall out of California. A whole food plant-based diet is one that focuses on whole plant foods, fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, seeds, no animal products, and no oils. I knew that way of eating had extended my father's life by many, many years. I began reading books on raw and whole food plant-based diets to try and learn as much as I could. As my body started detoxing all the sugar, the meat, the cheese, the dairy, and eggs, I noticed that my body was changing not only physically, but emotionally for the better. I would like to share with you how a whole food plant-based diet has helped me in the fight against multiple sclerosis and deteriorating health physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The first has been the ability to eliminate all the use of multiple sclerosis medication and antidepressants. Secondly, I want to share with you about how I have no new lesions on my brain or on my spine. Thirdly, my relapses and fatigue have greatly reduced. Fourthly, my ability to lose weight and maintain that weight loss. And lastly, and most importantly, to start loving myself enough to make those lifestyle changes. First, eliminating the use of all MS medication and antidepressants. At my initial diagnosis, I was placed on a least intrusive medication called Copaxone. I personally administered this medication as an injection into my stomach, hips, and legs. I hated how it made me feel. I don't know if you've ever had to inject yourself, but it is not fun. And to do that every day, you start building up those knots in your places that you administer it to. I hated how it made me feel. I tried different medications, oral and injections, by enrolling in several MS studies with Barrow Neurological Institute. I ended up being pulled from all of them due to complications. I was and became more and more depressed and suicidal while already taking 2 different antidepressants. Medication was not my friend. Secondly, no new lesions on my brain. My initial MRI at Barrow's Neurological Institute in 2005 showed 2 lesions on my brain and none on my spine. I had to have a spinal tap. I don't know if you've ever had one of those. They're horrible. My last MRI in 2013 at the Mayo Clinic showed no new lesions on my brain or my spine. So after 5 years on a whole food plant-based diet, I had stayed the same. I had not gotten any worse. Third, MS relapses and fatigue have been greatly reduced. I used to walk with a cane due to the extreme fatigue and weakness. I was experiencing relapses every 6 months. That would put me in a chair doing nothing. It was horrible. My family went through it with me. It was a constant up and down, never knowing when I was going to have one of these relapses. It was a constant feeling of loss. One moment, people look at me and think, well, there's nothing wrong with you. And the next moment, I can't walk. Fourthly, the ability to lose weight and maintain that weight loss. After each of my 2 babies, I gained weight. My life was a roller coaster full of fad diets, counting calories, and exercise equipment to try and lose and maintain that weight. I had gone from 110 pounds to 149 pounds. Nothing helped me maintain my weight loss. After embracing a whole foods plant-based diet, I have lost and maintained a weight loss of 35 pounds for over 10 years without counting calories, going to weight loss meetings, or starving myself. Lastly, loving myself. This is really important. When I was at the bottom physically with no hope for things getting better, it set me on a journey of self-examination. Why do I do what I do when I know differently? Where does my strength come from to change? Do I really love me enough to want to change? What do I believe about myself that keeps me from loving myself? What self-talk do I engage in? That was my journey. Today I know I am truly loved unconditionally by God. He gives me the strength for each moment of each day. This whole food plant-based journey hasn't been easy though. Even though the results have been life-changing, and I wouldn't go back to a Western carnivorous diet accompanied with daily shots and medicine, the impact on my social world has been an emotional roller coaster. I liken the beginning of this journey to the journey of an addict. Why did I sabotage myself when I knew what I needed to do to gain greater health and freedom? What were the emotions behind the pain that kept me a victim instead of a victor? What were the beliefs behind the emotions? A saying in recovering is this: change doesn't happen until the pain of where you're at is greater than the pain of change. To change anything and make it a lifestyle takes a belief that gives you a purpose and a reason for choosing that decision every day, no matter what comes at you from the outside world, family, friends, and coworkers, because it will. And it comes on strong because food is a very personal and emotional place to be, food. Almost every social I have gone to has had food. It's hard for us to get together as men and women and not have food present at a social. These foods vary from unhealthy choices to a few healthy choices. Food seems to bring us together. There can be stereotypes when it comes to people and food, like, and my husband hears this, if you're a man, you eat meat. We eat for emotional reasons. We eat because we are sad. We eat because we are happy. We eat to be comforted. We eat because we don't feel loved and valued. Food evokes all kinds of emotions. Ever watch the show My 600-Pound Life on TLC? We drink coffee and eat sweet pastries in the morning at work and at church. We give candy to children as rewards. We drink soda because our names are on the can and the commercial says it will bring us together. We drink milk because the commercial says milk, it does the body good. But what if you choose to not eat refined sugars, meat, cheese, milk, eggs, and oils for health reasons, or religious reasons, or for animals, or for the environment? How do you fit into these socials? How will others view you? My sister told her doctor that she was thinking of changing her diet to a plant-based diet like her sister. Her doctor told her not to do that and called it radical. What's radical? Changing what you eat or taking medicine with a long list of side effects? What about having surgery or chemotherapy or even losing your hair? Why do we let medical doctors have more authority over our health when most of what they have learned is about medicine and not nutrition? Through the first year of my journey, I personally experienced emotions like anger, resentment, loss, loneliness, jealousy, ridicule, sadness, disappointment. My biggest support was my husband, who, even though he didn't have a health challenge or health issues, supported me and changed his diet to help me through this process. We challenged each other to keep learning and experiencing. As we both have learned and experienced the results of this lifestyle change, our belief has become stronger. What do we do with what we learn? With knowledge comes responsibility. Another area that I had to process was reductionism versus holism. Holism, W-H-O-L-I-S-M. We often view life as a reductionist. If I have a headache, I take Tylenol. If I'm sleepy, I drink caffeinated coffee or caffeinated drinks. I believe that we need to view life in a whole way. We need to ask questions like, did I get enough sleep today? Did I exercise? Do I have stressful people in my life that I may need to let go of? Do I need to change jobs? Do I drink enough water? Do I have unresolved issues? Do I need to forgive? Do I feel loved and valued? Dr. T. Colin Campbell, author of the book The China Study and Whole, and of the documentary Forks Over Knives on Netflix, says Americans are too prone to take pills to solve health issues, and doctors too prone to prescribe them. As a result of reductionist thinking, did you know that the side effects of those very same prescription drugs are the third leading cause of deaths behind heart disease and cancer? Prescription drugs kill more people than traffic accidents. Holism does not oppose reductionism. Rather, holism encompasses reductionism, just as each whole encompasses its part. We are physical, emotional, and spiritual beings. Each one needs to be examined as part of the whole. My journey has evolved as I have learned and experienced all the benefits of embracing a whole foods plant-based diet. I am no longer on any MS or antidepressant medications. I don't have any new lesions on my brain or spine. I have lost and maintained a weight loss of 35 pounds for over 10 years without counting calories and starving myself. I have lived an active lifestyle. I completed the 2013 Arizona P.F. Chang's half marathon and 2014 Cole 19-mile bike tour. I don't have a hearing loss except an occasional time when my husband is talking to me. I walk, hike, swim, and play with my grandchildren. My beliefs align with my experiences. I have walked through the emotions. I have purged the unhealthy foods and people. I acknowledge that each choice impacts me physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I am constantly learning and applying new truths on this whole food plant-based journey so I can obtain more long-term benefits. My prayer is a serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more WFOO content. If you or somebody you know has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and would like to know more information on how a whole foods plant-based lifestyle can help, go to our website, whofooadventures.com, and click Contact. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. See you next time.